Hey guys, it's Winterwolf and welcome back to another video. A lot of Sims YouTubers have been doing these like ranking things, and eventually I'm going to do the ranking the packs, but I want to do this easier one, ranking the Sims for plants, because that one doesn't require as much editing. When I do the packs one, I want to actually like do cuts of what the actual items look like. So yeah. Anyway, so this was a tier created by Sims Hive on Twitter. That's his Twitter @ and then Little Simsy recently used his tier list and then made her own. I have made my own now. It's pretty much the exact same. Why is that one down here? Yeah. So, except I added this one right here. So we've got the I place it everywhere plant. This doesn't necessarily mean they're the cutest to me, but it means they're the most usable and easiest to use, which I think is the most important part of The Sims, is having items that work everywhere and you can use everywhere. So that's the top tier. The cutie is the ones that I think are cute. These are his, by the way. He made these too. I added this one called It Does Its Job. I don't really like it, but it does what it needs to do because it's like something you have to use for very specific builds. Meh is kind of like, I mean, it's there. Sometimes I use it. She's invisible to me, Your Honor. Also his tier. I'm going to use that for items that I never use. Maybe they're cute, but like I don't like them. So that's why they're going there. Yeah. We'll see if I have to adjust any of these, but let's just go ahead and start from the very first. So the first plant we have, I don't know if I should have my, okay, we'll do this. The first plant we have is from, what is that from? Get to University. I really like this plant. The only thing I don't like is how chonky it is. But I'm going to put that right up in Cutie because I like the little, they have simple pots. Like the swatches are pretty simple. The plant is really simple. Succulents are super popular nowadays. But yeah, so here we have this. I'm just going to plop that right there immediately. I never use these. I think it looks nice for what it is, but I've never touched it. I've never used this in my entire life. I've never reached for it. I've never wanted to. So we'll just put it at invisible. This plant, I actually really like this plant, but I don't use it very often. But because I think it's cute, actually, well, let's do this. I think it's a really cute plant, but I almost never use that. This plant, I think it does its job. It's cute, it's nice. I don't personally use them very often, but, you know, like, it's a good plant for what it's meant to be for. This plant I use all the time. We're going to pop that up in Cutie. Eco Lifestyle has some really nice plants. They're a lot more detailed. These are bigger plants, so they're harder to use, but I still like them a lot, and if you size them down, the shadows are not that annoying, so I place it everywhere. This is just such a simplistic item to have. You can use it pretty much everywhere. I do use it pretty much everywhere. It's nice. It's a good decoration piece. The tree. I never use this, but it's a really cute plant. Like, I'll put it here. Because it's a good plant. It has a lot of detail in it. It's just not something I reach for ever. But I think what it's meant for, it would do pretty well at. These. I don't use these very often, but they're cute, so I'm going to put them up here anyways. This thing, I can go right down there. I think this is a cool piece, but like, it has such a weird texture to it. It looks very blocky. It doesn't make any sense. That can go up here. I use this plant all the time, especially if I'm doing limited pack builds. It's one of the only items that are base game that I like. So that's just going to go right there. This is also a really nice plant. I like this plant a lot. I wish they had some different color options in the actual flowers themselves. When you go through the swatches, only the vase changes. I wish we had different color swatches for the plants. This is also a really good thing. I don't place it everywhere, but I will. Okay, that's not fair. I can't have these two next to each other. Let's just put it meh. Okay, this plant we use all the time. It's good. I also think this is a pretty good thing. I like having it. I don't use it super often, but it's really cute. I also really like this thing. I don't know what it is about it, but I just like it a lot. It's super weird, but I like it. Cutie, I use this thing all the time. It's kind of large. and shaped odd, but I do use it a lot. Same with this, another base game plant that I really like. This, what is this? We'll just plop that right there. I don't think I like the university items very much now that I'm looking at this pack, this list. More snowy ski plants. I really like these plants. I don't place them. We'll put them down here. I like them a lot. I think they have some really great textures, but they are pretty big, so I don't use them all the time. I should use them more. I think I try to, but it doesn't happen very often. I put that it does its job because it's definitely good for what it's meant for. Like, I think the item is really nice, but I almost never make pawns. I used to make a lot of pawns, but not anymore. I place this pretty much everywhere as well. I like the green version that it has, like the plant is just like a regular green tree. We definitely use that all the time too. This thing, I don't dislike this much. A lot of some, sorry. I think when Little Simsy did her video, she was like hating on this a lot. I think it's an okay plant. I don't use it super often, but I wouldn't like call it an abomination or anything. This thing, I don't like this. Here's the thing. I think it looks cool. I'm torn between all three of these, which is interesting. Because on one hand, I've used an item a lot. On the other hand, it's just bad. So I'm like, I think it can be... I'll put it here because I do use it, so it's not invisible to me. And I'm not sure it deserves this title. This thing I think is okay. I'll put it does its job. I think it's a cute plant. I don't use it, well, no. I'll put it, well, no. We'll just leave it there. We can adjust as needed. This thing is also very nice. I think it does its job. I don't use it super often, just because the vase is so much bigger in comparison to the plants. Like, you get 90% vase and, like, actually, I take that back. It's like 99% vase and, like, 1% plant. So, the sticks. I've never used that thing in my entire life. I don't think I have. I think I've used this like once. I don't think it's ugly though. So these things are fine. They're good for what they're meant for. I don't use them super often. I do use this all the time though. I actually really like this plant a lot. I don't place it everywhere, so I'll put it down in the cutie section, but I do like this plant a lot. So, anything that's just like a basic vase I use. So I'm just going to plop them all. I don't use this one as much actually. I don't particularly like this one, so I'll put it down there. This thing is hideous. I don't think we need to talk about how hideous this is. If you like, can I zoom? How close can I zoom? Do you see the stripes? Do you see the stripes? It's hideous. Enough about that one now. This thing I also don't particularly like. I don't use it very often. It looks like a fake plant, which I think is, you know, the purpose of it is to be a fake plant. But I hate fake plants, and you guys are going to be pretty surprised with this one when I place it. I would place it down here. Like this plant, I hate this plant. A lot of people like this plant. It's been at the top of a lot of people's tier lists. It's on top of Little Simsies. I think the Sims Hive also places at the top of his tier list. I don't like this plant. It looks plasticky. I don't like plastic plants. I don't like plants that look plasticky. So, but the reason I'm not going to put it here is because it does do its job. I think this is a really great plant to put at a restaurant. So that's why I'm going to put it here. But, you know, just a personal taste, I would have put it down here. But because it does what it's meant to do, I'm going to put it here. So, to appeasing some people here. I think this is a cute plant. I use it sometimes. I actually don't... I was mistaking that for a different plant. I have never seen this plant in my entire life. But it's a cute plant. I think I should, you know, try it somewhere. Algae. I don't think I use the algae super often. I think it does its job, though. Just like these. I think this is my favorite plant in my entire world. Favorite plant. I also like this plant. I do use this plant a lot. It's not my favorite because it doesn't have that many swatches. Cutie. 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 I'll put it at this job actually. I really like these, but I never use them because they're so chunky. I think a lot of people would place these higher than I would, but I just don't. I don't put them a lot of foliage on like the walls of my builds because usually I build pretty modern builds, so there's no need to have like plants on them. But I do like these a lot. Like these are really good plants. I use this one and this one a lot if I'm doing jungle builds, which is why I'm gonna put it at does its job. It's just not versatile. I use this a lot. I don't really think it's cute. It's just, you know, it's usable. Whatever. This I like. Interestingly enough, I'm more inclined to use this than the separate pieces. But I feel like I'm gonna put it meh. I don't know. I'm gonna put it meh. I also am gonna move these down to like meh as well. I've just decided I don't like them as much as I thought I did. This does its job as well. I mean, there's nothing... I really like this plant. Like, I think it's super cool. I just don't use it very often. What is that? I've never used this. I think it does its job, though. I do like this plant. I do place this plant a lot. This is also a really nice plant. I've never used in my entire life. I've also never used these. They can just go right there. These are super cute. I literally bought the cool kitchen pack just for these items. These plant items. And I also bought Movie Hangout for the same reason. So we're just going to put all of those at the top. This is a base game item. I feel like I should start organizing these. But we'll organize them at the end. Movie Hangout. A lot of people place this at the bottom because it's too big, but I like the fact that it's super big, and you can always like size it down one. The shadow's not weird or anything. So this is one of my favorite plants. Also one of my favorite plants. Movie Hangout just has good plants to me. That is hideous. Why is it so bulbous? It's just unnecessary. This thing I actually like a lot more than I thought I would. I used to hate this plant, but I've grown to like it over the time as I've used it. Same with this one. I use this all the time. Well, I just never... Here's the thing. I think this looks kind of cool, but I never use it, and I've never... Well, you know what? I'll put it at meh. I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one, because I actually don't mind the plant that much, but I also never use it. But it's not, like, hideous, so I don't know. Or at least not hideous to me. This is super cute. I use this plant. I try to use this plant a lot, but because it's so big, it's hard to use. I do use this a lot, I think. I actually don't really like this thing to me. The only time I've ever used this is for, like, a bathroom, and I hate how, like, straight it is. Like, the leaves don't fly over. I think that's the purpose, but I just think it looks hideous. This as well is super cute. Like I said, succulents are just really trendy, so can't go wrong with that. I'm trying to speed up a little bit because we have all of these to go. I also think these are super cute. I use this plant everywhere. Paranormal, literally all of the plants are going to go up here because they're just, well, maybe except for the, well, I feel like, where did I put that thing? Oh, here. I dropped it. The cow plant I don't place everywhere, but I think it's a cutie. Paranormal just, it literally has the best items. Even this tree is super great. It's like this one, you know, I mean, similar. Anyways, this thing is cute. I don't use it super often. You guys are going to be pretty shocked with this placement. But those are the Star Wars pack items, and I just put them all the way up here. Here's the thing, I actually like these plants a lot. One of the reasons I bought these plants is, or bought the pack, is because of these plants and some of the wallpaper and flooring. So I really like these plants. These ones look a little bit weird, but I think they work out pretty well in modern homes, which is why I like them a lot. So we're just gonna ignore, shield your eyes if you guys hate Star Wars pack and move on. I think this is a pretty good item. I think it's cute. I use it when I need to. This actually, some of y'all are gonna get mad at me for this. I don't like this item very much. It's so cute. Like, it's a beautiful plant. That's why I'm putting it here. But my issue with it is that it doesn't match the game aesthetics. It comes in very neutral, soft colors, which is great. But I just find that when I use it, I want to have more color options. And not just these, like, kind of muted... It just doesn't match the game for me. So much to the point that I would, like, place it down here. But it is a really high quality plant, and it's made from a CC creator who I really like, and I also think it's cute. It's cute, like, it's super cute. I just don't think it fits with Maxis stuff very well. So that's why I'm like between meh and cutie. It's not that it's not a beautiful piece, it's that it's a beautiful piece. It's not a beautiful piece to have in the game with Maxis stuff. If it had some crazy colors, it would have matched Maxis some more, which I know is a little bit weird because people complain about not having neutral options, but this thing. I hate this plant, but I use it a lot. I'm gonna say it does its job. I use this thing a lot, but I just... Oh, actually, I'll put it meh. Because I don't like it. It's just not a good plant. These are gonna go right at the top immediately. These are just such versatile, simple base game plants that you can use pretty much everywhere. I never use this. I think it's good for what it's meant for. I don't even think it's good for what it's meant for, to be honest. I feel like rich people... This looks like something a rich person would have. I'll put it here. I think it does this. I don't know. I don't know. I've never used that, so... I think this also does its job. I use this a lot. I wish it had some better swatches. Just like a white vase would be nice. It would look a lot nicer. I also use these. I told you guys, anything with a vase I use. Like this. I also use this. I also use this a lot. Especially for bathrooms. Did I place them in the wrong spot? Where'd it go? Oh, it went there. Whatever. This I also really like. I don't know if I use it everywhere, but I do think it's really cute. So I'm going to put it in cutie. I think that does its job. I don't use that very often. I use this all the time though. I don't like how dark these are. I think they're nice plants, but I literally never use them. I don't know. I could put them here, but like they're just bad plants. I think okay. I'm gonna put this one here and this one down here. Because I've used this a couple of times. But I haven't used this one at all. So I just placed another vase, by the way. These also go up here. I don't use these actually everywhere. I'm gonna go with meh. I know I said I like vase, but like they just look so papery that it's like kind of gross. I use this sometimes, but I don't get the purpose of this plant. Ah, the roses. I think that, like I said, I don't make super traditional builds. This is a really nice piece, but it's just not something I use. And then we have that. I do use this a lot. I think it's a cute plant. I think I use this a lot as well. For backyards, definitely use that a lot. Why would you ever just need a single lily pad on its own? Well, we don't have any single lily pads, so maybe it's a good thing to have. Yeah, sure. We'll keep it. I don't use this plant that much, actually. People are going to hate me for that, because I know that a lot of people like this plant, but I use it, but I just don't like it very much, so... Same with these. Like, I don't really know what to do, because I don't... Like, they're cute plants. I just don't... Why did I put it here? They're cute plants, I just don't use them very much. So... I think that's cute. I like things that are in, like, on traditional vases. I don't mind this plant, but I almost never use it. I actually don't like this thing at all, but I think it's very nice at the same time. You know, I'm gonna put this at cutie. The reason why is that I think this looks really nice in modern homes, and I have used it for modern homes before, so that's why we'll keep it there. I think this is a really cool concept. I just never find a place to use this. Like, ever. I think I use these a lot. This is such a big list in comparison to the other ones. Why would you ever need something that looks like that? Again, I hate plants that look plastic. And it's just so long and well, fine. I'll put it does its job. I don't know. That doesn't sit right with me, but we'll leave it alone. I think these also do its job. That does its job. I don't know what this is, but it does its job. This thing I actually really like, and I do place it a lot, but I don't like how, like, it's so tall and there's just so little plant. Like, what's up with the inconsistencies in the how much plant there is to vase, like the vase to plant ratio. I also love this thing and I use it all the time. I don't use it all the time. I'll put it at cutie. This does this job as well. I actually use this a fair amount, so I'm going to put that up here. I'll put it does this job. I almost never use that thing, but I probably should. I do use this plant a lot. I don't like this plant that much, but I do use it a lot. Oh, I think that does this job. I don't use that thing like ever. Sorry, it's getting kind of late. Once again, it does its job. It's like, they're good plants for what they're meant for. I just never use them. I do use this though, so I will put that at cutie. I don't know. I don't think I've ever used that, but it is a nice plant. This thing is also nice, but I never use it, so I'm going to put it at meh. This thing, I think this looks super cool, but it's just not it, you know? I think this does its job. I think it's a nice thing. This, of course, is the iconic base game potted plant. I've never used this in my entire life. I don't think I've ever used that either. I'm gonna say it does its job, actually. I don't know where to place this. I think it's a cutie. I'm gonna put it up there. This thing I also think is a really nice plant. I just don't use it super often. These I think are super cool. This I definitely think is really cool. I really like things like I said, like farmhousey. This thing I actually don't like that much. I don't like the way the flowers look. I almost feel like that should be down there, but actually I'll put it down there. These are super cute. Like, who wouldn't like these? I mean, come on. Yeah. I'm just gonna... Oh, I like these a lot, but I don't use them that much. Does its job. This, I think, is something really nice. So I will put these at cutie. And I will put these as cutie as well. I think these are nice. I'm gonna put them at cutie. I never use them, but I think they're nice. This thing has the worst shadow. Guys, I love this plant so much. It's a beautiful plant, but it has the worst shadow. Same with this one. I'm just gonna plop that down right there. I love both of these plants. I would use them all the time, but they have the worst shadow Not even, it doesn't even matter if they're sized up or down. They just have a terrible shadow. It doesn't make any sense. Same with, I think I put it in Cutie. I don't know. There's one more from, I don't know where it is, but there's one more, and it's just why. This also is really nice, but I just don't use it. It's so big, you know. I'm going to put it at It's Invisible to Me. Invisible. I've never used that in my entire life. This is a really cool thing. I actually think it's pretty cute. I just don't use it super often. Same with this. I love this plant. I also think this one's cute. The pumpkins are cute. I'm gonna put it does its job. Of course the Christmas trees are cute. Like, I actually don't like this one, so I'll put it at meh. That one has too much stuff on it for me, so I don't like it that much. I actually really love this thing. I know this has fruit in it. That's kind of weird, but like, it's a beautiful piece. So this is also very cute. Love this plant so much. Island Living. I like this plant to some degree, but I just don't like the color of green that it is. So I'm going to put it does its job. This, I think this also just does its job. And then once again we go back to the succulent type plants, which we'll put at the top. And then we have this, which I've actually used. I think this is really cute, but once again, same issue with like the shadows. So yeah, this is my entire tier list, guys. We're done. I don't disagree with anything. I'm going to go ahead and look through it later, but just so you guys know, this is the tier list. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. As always, if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, hit the subscribe button. I will link the Twitter account down below who made this, and I'll link this tier maker thing as well so you guys can use it. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.